Aloha, lovelies, wonderfuls, and amazings. That's you. Welcome to I Am Maggie, and I am Maggie. And I'm so grateful that you took this time to join me. When you do get a chance, please hit subscribe and like and leave your positive comments. As you know, we're chugging along to get our first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. So I really appreciate your subscribes, likes, and positive comments. So what we have been doing is we've been doing a slow crawl through this book, The Magic of Everyday Life by Maria Szepes. And we've just been doing a slow crawl to see what sticks, what things can help us in our journey, in our path, or also, maybe you're doing all right, but you're looking for tools to help others. Usually it's always gonna work its way both ways. It's gonna help you and the ones around you. And okay. So we are in chapter 16 and we are moving along in this book. It's just been wonderful, and we've had Maria Szepes here with us. She's just amazing. So here we go. Chapter 16, The Magic of Friendship. Whoever thirsts for friendship must first become a good friend in the highest understanding of the concept of friendship. So if you want a friend, be a friend. But she's going to even take it higher to those high order values, right? Because you want to be a great friend. Because what people generally call friendship is usually none other than temporary compliance, or in almost every circumstance hides imbalanced relationships of vested interest, even when we are not considering purely materialistic interest. So she's basically saying somebody has power over the other, and the relationship is dependent on that. So that would be covert or overt, right? You have power over somebody, and you are exercising that power over that person, or that person has power over you, and they're exercising. So it's not a true friendship in the purest form. Like with true friendships, it's like a romance. It's hard to sleep. You can't wait till you get back together. Sometimes if we're women, we sound like a bunch of laughing children. And sometimes when it's men, they're whooping up with their trucks and such. But I'm just saying it's like a great lifting feeling. So we'll go on. Examining thoroughly the entire scale of so-called friendships, we hardly find one among them whose binding matter is not composed of some hasty, improvised inner and outer reality. So our relationships basically reflect ourselves. And once this fades, the friendship dissolves also, dispersed, unrecorded in time. So what do they say? Friendships or lovers are for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Somebody may be coming into your life for a reason. Somebody may come into your life for a season, or somebody may be coming in for a lifetime. You just don't know. Okay, so childhood playmates are zealous young intellects partners, are emotional life kibitzers. Kibitzers, I like that name, that word. Friends who echoed or propagated our thoughts in search of a direction have one by one submerged into the past. Often for inexplicable reasons, our friendship with them having become poison and perhaps cumbersome, like clothing that no longer fits. And that's kind of the thing about this book and all spiritual work you do. In Hawaii, they may call it the ama crab. Like you put you put one crab in a bucket alone, it's going to get out. But you put two, and they're going to keep pulling each other down, and they'll both die. Sometimes that's a story with the minor bird as well. But we all know that it's not just the minor bird and the ama crab, it's us too. So we want to as we do our work, sometimes we're going to be that crab or that bird that's coming out of the locked embrace of hell to come out to a bigger reality. And sometimes when people start seeing you make those positive moves, they're not real happy about that. Those aren't real friends. Okay, so keep doing your work anyway, keep going anyway. Okay, so sometimes they can be, think about that, clothing that no longer fits, or, poisoned or cumbersome, right? We want our friendships to be fun and easy. But however, we're also loyal. We don't just abandon people in their time of need. That's a big thing about friendships too, that you can work through conflict, right? So you're not just dropping people left and right, but you do have to evaluate, are they trying to be their best person too? We address these phantoms with old words, but even words in common seem like dried out, withered leaves. Great time-tested friendships are as rare as love affairs, and that lasts a lifetime, okay? So great friendships are as rare as love affairs that last a lifetime, and woo, the same exceptional meeting of given condition is as much a requirement, and that's right. The various associations, on the other hand, to which we attach the name of friendship are necessary in order to conduct the conflicts of human coexistence and fulfill the laws of solidarity. While in rare, great friendships, both parties give and receive. We've talked about that many times, about listening, giving and receiving, and just our gifts of service, giving and receiving. Here, associations are generally based on mutual need in which weakness seeks support, background, and validation in the other. So there's that imbalance again. A beautiful woman chooses an ugly, smart girlfriend, for example, for a more effective background and to complement her crippled intellect. So she's basically choosing that, like sometimes they call that a duff, right? They think they're the hot one and the other person's the scrub, and that's supposed to make them look better, but also maybe because her intellect is crippled, as Maria's highlighting too. A sly, weak, opportunistic man connects with a physically strong, unsuspecting, gullible friend in order to make him his instrument. We see that a lot, right? Where you see, you know, kind of like the weasel type of character with the really, you know, nice guy, the big guy who can kick some ass, and they're kind of, they've got their mind in this control and they use them for their will. So, we're going on. Passions, debauchery, all desire partners to be exonerating witnesses before the inner judge. So basically, one is needed for the other to occur, which is kind of like, you know, because, you know, they say misery loves company. Like a lot of times when people have ill intent, they're just stalking to prey and be predatory on others, right? Whereas that person who might not have the greatest regulation or the greatest boundaries or whatever it is. The child plays and gets into mischief. The pubescent girl giggles, and the adolescent boy is brave and swinish with his buddies. But these are not friendships, because at the moment of their birth, they are saturated with dissolving elements. And once they fulfill their roles, they slough off, change, like the cells of an organism. So I hear people sometimes, you know, kind of talking to me about friendships and how, you know, I'm trying to connect with this person and, you know, am I this horrible person, or why doesn't somebody like me, or whatever it is. And, you know, when you are doing your inner work or you're not resonating with certain people, they're going to fall off. And sometimes that's the blessing. And you just got to keep knowing that your world's taking care of you. Everything is going according to plan, and then it's going to be great. And you got to keep doing your work. Of course, if there's areas, like if you get some type of negative feedback over and over, either through your living your life and it's coming to you, or somebody that you trust is giving you that feedback, you got to take that in order and do the upgrade, because that person's actually trying to help you to relate to other people better. But sometimes people just don't, they don't, like one of the chapters we talked about, they are happy to take advantage and it won't be a problem. So you keep working with God, working on cleaning the insides, and the outside is going to come. If you're lacking friendships, I'm going to tell you right now, may the favor of God be upon you, and may the greatest friendships be entering your life now. A friend in the deepest sense means not an opponent. Someone who outside the whirlpools of embattlement exists, beyond the collision of the war of the stars, has made peace with us. So they back you up, you know? Whether you're on the highest mountain, and that sometimes it's really hard to find a friend that when life is all great, that will like be happy for you. So it's not just the low valleys, it's the high valleys too. They have not merely allied with us as a result of some merciful, fortunate angle, which in the course of development and some other point in the association may turn into enmity again. So anytime there's an angle, that's not real, right? The angle means I am coming in to like get overt or covert. I'm trying to get something. We want the friendships that are freely given from a pure place. And that might take some work in navigating. And that's what's good about challenges that hit you in life, because it actually helps. When you hit a hard point in life, a lot of times tons of things start to fall away. That's a good thing. If you are going through that right now, you're coming out of abuse, toxic relationships, or trauma of some sort, and you are going through it, just keep on going. If you're in the high point in your life, and but you're still searching for friendship, love, or whatever, just keep going, because as you emerge, many things are going to fall away, and they're falling away for your best. Okay, so let's get back to this. The essence of the relationship of true friendship is tatum ashi. Here we are again. Its prerequisite is that it be based on the momentary actualization of the interest of the flesh, or the temporary feeling of want in our emotional world, but on ideals. So the prerequisite is that it be based not, excusez-moi, that it be based not on the momentary actualizations of the interest of the flesh, or the temporary feeling of want in our emotional world, but on ideals. So, right, it's like real. It's not just an angle. It's not fleeting. It's not, I want this out of you and blah, blah, blah. It's like, hey, I want to be your friend. I want to do life with you. Let's go through our ups and downs, and let's be loyal, respectful, all the higher order values. Okay. It is only shared intellectual curiosity that points beyond the mundane interests to something much farther beyond, towards infinite perspectives. Such friendships are kept alive by an elixir. They do not age. They do not wither. It fulfills humanity's most mystical and strongest need. It dissolves in us the deadly ache of loneliness. So on that note, ooh, Maria is on fire. On that note, I just pray that you all have beautiful, higher value and orders, relationships and friendships, and that your deadly ache, if you may have it, of loneliness, leave. And just be open to that clearing. Just let that fall away. And as that loneliness or ache or betrayal, whatever it is, it's falling away right now. Clear, clear, clear. Now may we be filled with love, friendships that are pure and true and real, all the favor that comes in those relationships, the joy, the fun, the adventure, just letting that fill you now. Just let all the other junk go. Ooh, there, nice and big, full friendships. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. We're in chapter 16. What is this? The magic of friendship. Oop. I appreciate you joining me. When you do get a chance, please hit subscribe and like, and leave your positive comments. We are working our way up to 1,000 subscribers, and I really appreciate your support. So you know what's next. Peace in. Peace out.